I don't know, but I was kind of lost in the beginning and I just
Mhm.
didn't know like what's happening. I was kind of scared, but then I discovered that like Arabs are huge porn consumers. Like I really didn't think so
Yeah.
because I like all my like porn knowledge was from mainstream because I
Mhm.
didn't really watch porn or keep up with anything. But if the artist made it to mainstream, I would
Right.
know. And the only one I knew about in the industry was Mia Khalifa and
Yeah.
all like the hate and they wanted to kill her. And
Yeah.
that kind of like stirred me away from even like coming on the internet and be like, I'm a stripper, you know? And then
Yeah.
and when I joined porn, I actually joined it for that. It was kind of I was in a really bad like space in my life, and I was like,
Mhm.
"Fuck it, I want to die. Let me just
Yeah.
I had like issues with my family, and I was like, what is the way to like? I didn't even do it for the money. I just did it to piss them off, and
It's
then
a good way
like
to
piss
do
off
it.
I wanted to piss off my family, I wanted to piss off my culture, and then when I
Yeah.
did it and people were clapping for me, I was like, "Wait a minute, they actually like this?"
Yeah. Oh,
And I
I
was
know.
like
Yeah.
and then I was
Yeah.
like, "Okay, I can make a career out of it now." And so,
Yeah. Oh,
that was the
yeah.
difference. And then
It's
I found
funny.
out
It's
sorry.
funny. No, no, you're good. So it's funny how that works for like for girls and not guys. Because like if I told my family that I was going to become a porn star, they would be so proud of me.
Hell
They'd be
yeah.
like, "Holy shit, you're finally going to have sex. This is going to be this is going to be amazing for you. We've been waiting all this time." And of course, like family doesn't count, but still, it's one of those things. Yeah, yeah, they'd be so happy. I think anybody's gonna be happy if their boy grew up to be a porn star. But a girl, yeah, not so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's different now because with OnlyFans and everything, it's
Mhm.
making it not as extreme. Like nobody does hardcore scenes anymore. Like I feel like people
Yeah.
don't need to do that to make money. I see people doing way less.
Well, yes, there is a lot of that, like the OnlyFans kind of like very like soft core kind of thing where
Yeah,
it's which I am not a fan of. I like a full on
yeah.
get in there. But, to each their own. I mean, if you can do it, like there's
I
people
like
making so much money on OnlyFans and they're not doing a goddamn thing.
I saw this girl in the mainstream industry and she just
Mhm.
dropped like a gangbang or something and the comments were hilarious. Somebody was like, "Gangbangs, who watches gangbang? Is 1990?" And I was like, "Do nobody watch this? Because I love gangbangs.
Look,
I love watching it."
I'm in. Yeah. Oh, I
Yes.
will gladly watch. Yeah, yeah. Well, reading porn comments is the funniest thing on the planet. It's the comment section on any like Pornhub video or whatever porn site, whatever. But the comment sections it's the greatest thing.
Yeah,
Like it's truly people finding each other in the weirdest moments.
it's true.
Because like if I'm watching porn, I do not want to be talking to another person, except maybe the cop that's arresting me, whatever it is that's going on. But yeah, like I don't want to be I'm not going I've never once thought about going to the comment section and being like, "Jesus, look at those tits." Like, is never once crossed my mind.
I don't read them. The comments, I used to, but then they
Mhm.
get so mean, and I'm
Yeah.
like, "Okay, never mind."
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah,
That's really weird.
I just commented on one, like somebody was like hating on me. So I commented, hating back. And then
Yeah.
the second comment was like, "I love you." And I was like, what? So I was like, okay, they don't really even know what they're talking about. So I was like, it's
Well,
a
they
bit
knew
of
what they were doing. I mean, they were trying to get your attention, and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
they did. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's one of those things like when you're a kid, you never say that you like the person. You always kind of like make fun of them or like pull their hair. You do like those little things like you kind of pretend like you don't like someone so that you end up with that person, which is just a real ass backwards way of doing things. But
I think it's only boys though.
well, well, yes, that's for sure true, but it's kind of a girl thing too. Like I remember getting told like, having people kind of like fuck with me a little bit and then you find out
Mhm.
later like, oh, like I liked you in school. I was like, Well, I didn't fucking know it. No one
Uh,
told me. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Yeah, that's have you ever had a weird like fan encounter? Like somebody just being real
I'm not
fucking
that
strange?
known yet. I don't
I
actually,
I
I
think
don't
you're
get
pretty well known.
recognized. Well, and not really. Like I don't get recognized. My normal life hasn't changed. Like it's,
Yeah.
I feel like I can get away with this.
Yeah. Do you want to get I mean, because I think to some people that would probably be like the best place to be is to be at a point where you can still kind of like fly under the radar, not too recognized. But I don't know. Like I think it'd be kind of fun to get recognized everywhere you went. You know,
I
people
don't,
complain about it, but I think it'd be great.
yeah, I don't know. I think because I have kids and I haven't really navigated that because I have kids in high
Yeah.
school, so I haven't like
Yep.
navigated that section.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 36.
I would never have guessed that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Huh.
a MILF.
Yes.
Really.
By definitely. Yeah, yeah. You're
Yeah.
actually a real one.
I
Not yeah.
actually started doing porn because when I first started stripping, I started 15 years ago. And I started just because it was normal in the beginning. I was out of a bad relationship, needed money really fast. Somebody
Yeah.
told me about it. And then I got into my party phase. I was really young at the time, I was 20,
Mhm.
21. Got in my party phase. And then after that, like, I was making really, really good money. Like I
Mhm.
tried to quit and do other things, but it was just way better to I can work just one day a week and stay with my kids. It was just so it was as a single mom, it was perfect. And
Yeah.
then I found myself doing it for 15 years. And then I was like, in the strip club, after a certain age, you're just like aging out of it. You just can't do the long hours. You just can't deal with like harassment. And I was like,
Yeah.
but I still like sex. I still want to do sex work. And
Yeah.
and then the porn kind of stumbled in my life, and I was like, you know what? Fuck everything. I'm gonna come out of the closet. I'm gonna be on the internet. Because mind you, this whole time I was stripping, I was pretending to be like a good daughter, and nobody knew. I was a
Yeah.
100% in the closet. And I just did it for an outlet. I was like, you know what? At
Yeah.
least and now I'm like, okay, cool. Like I feel like now like the with porn because I didn't
Mhm.
even know that MILF is like a huge like category. So
Really?
now well,
Oh,
like
it's
I really had no idea. I don't
yeah.
even log in. The only time I would like if I really want to come and I would just Google what I want and then watch that bit and that's it. So I
Gotcha.
had
Gotcha.
no idea. And then like now I'm like, okay, so now like I can actually have another 10, 15 years even in this.
Oh,
So
at least. You could I mean, you could honestly do porn until
so
you're
I'm a
fucking
grandma, yeah.
80. Yeah, yeah. Like I had someone on the podcast a long time ago that I mean, she started when she was 64. She was
Oh yeah.
67. Yeah, she was 67 when she was on the podcast. And I mean, she fucking loves it. It's having a great time. Which
Yeah.
so, you could be in that boat too. Be sick, in your 60s, still getting down.
Oh, I will. If I don't dry up completely.
I think it's like you know, if you don't use it, you lose it kind of thing. As long
Okay.
as you keep going, I don't think that goes away really. You know,
Yeah.
the second you just get too tired to have sex, that's whenever
Yeah, that's
things
when it
go
goes.
down. Yeah, that's when you die. That's that's how that works.
That's kind of just true though, yeah.
Yeah, very. Like if you don't have any of that kind of like drive in you, I mean, what the hell
Yeah,
else are you doing?
for real.
You can only do so many like crossword puzzles before you just say, "God, just take me."
I feel like yeah, you'll get I haven't thought about that yet because
Mhm.
I was like in my younger years I was a pessimist and I was very like suicidal a lot. So
Oh
I
yeah,
finally got
yeah.
in a place where I'm actually like liking life. So I stopped thinking about death. Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean. I was a very like depressed teenager, like or not even just teenager up until like my early 20s as well, like drank a lot. And
Yeah.
yeah, now I'm like yeah, I don't want to go anywhere.
How
Like I
old are
fucking
you? You look young. You look like 27?
30, about to
Oh,
be 31 in like a couple days.
Oh, really? Well, happy birthday. That's
Thank you.
awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I appreciate you saying I look that young because I feel old as shit. Like
No,
things
no,
are popping, like a lot of cracking going on that I
I know.
am not used to.
I
And
don't like walking on ceramic because my knee, you'll hear
oh, oh, my ankles sound like they have fucking like bubble wrap inside of them. Like
Oh
whenever I
God.
roll them around, oh, yeah. I mean, I have not taken care of myself in
Well, let's
most
do it.
ways.
2025. This will be our thing. I also have I smoke weed so much. It's bad. Like I am and I also am bipolar, so I need it because if I get mean if I don't
Yeah.
smoke in my life, but I also don't like that I'm smoking, you know? And I'm like I don't like edibles because it hurts my stomach. So I'm in that thing
Huh.
where I don't know what to do, but but in 2025 I was
Hmm.
like maybe I can start doing like sound baths and I don't know, some of that hippie shit, maybe it'll work.
Yeah, yeah, you could do that. Or just like what's the like kundalini or whatever they call it? You know what I'm
It's
talking
not a
about?
sex thing.
I think that's cunnilingus.
Oh.
Well, I don't know. Actually,
Oh, oh, okay, okay, yeah, it's like your inner power or
isn't
like
that
yeah,
what?
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think might be thinking of cunnilingus, which is
Yeah, yeah, I was thinking of
it's
that
is a
something.
pre-sex thing, or post if you're into that sort of thing. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. I'm not really into any of that kind of shit. I kind
No.
of just, you know, I kind of just white knuckle it, just hold on tight and kind of go through life.
Hard.
Yeah, I'm not a I mean, I meditate every day and I don't think it's doing anything.
Oh, that's good. I can't sit still.
Yeah. See, I can sit still very well. I'm a very still person. Very slow moving, kind of a tortoise like,
Okay.
but my mind doesn't sit still.
Right.
Like my mind is making up for the lack of movement from, here down.
I get in my head too. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, God. Like, do you sleep with the TV on?
No, I have to
Oh.
have complete silence because I also have issues going to sleep. Like
Uh-huh.
yesterday, I went to bed like at 4,
Mhm.
and I woke up today at like 8. And yesterday I woke up at 6. I just can't. I have really, really bad sleeping habits. Like I just can't go to sleep, and it's hard. Like I'll end up crying because I can't sleep. Like if there's like a
Yeah.
ticking sound or if there's something wrong and
Hmm.
but I'll play like there's this app called the Moon app. It
Yeah.
has like little meditations and stuff. I'll just play one and that usually knocks me out. That's like my last resort. If I nothing
That's not
works,
bad.
I'll just play it.
Yeah. That could be the weed, to be honest. Because like whenever I mean, I don't smoke weed anymore, but when I did, it fucked my sleep up so bad. Were you like that before? Or was that more
I
of
don't
like
remember a time before.
that could also be the weed. Yeah. Yeah, it fucked my sleep up so bad. And then whenever I stopped, my dreams got like really vivid and now I have like
uh,
kind of fucking crazy dreams.
I don't dream.
That's yeah, the
Mm.
weed. Yeah, yeah. Which teach their own. I'm not a don't do drugs type person.
No,
I
no,
just don't do
I
them.
want to quit it. It's just hard. It's an addiction.
Yeah, I know, and that's the thing that always pisses me off when people say that you can't get addicted to weed. 100% you can. You can get addicted to anything that changes how you feel.
It is really I like when I get overwhelmed and in my head and I get scared, I
Mhm.
have to smoke because it's like my comfort zone. I
Right.
feel especially like my life is changing and there's so many unknowns and I'm kind of like clueless. I don't know what I like so I mean I now know what I'm doing a little bit, but
Yeah.
last year I used to cry every day because I just
Yeah.
don't understand what's going on. So weed was kind of like the thing holding me together, you
Yeah.
know. But
Which it is good for that. It's not, like it works. It works
yeah,
to have something to like kind of hold on to whenever you're in the shitty part of something, but it's whenever you can't let go of it when things are getting better. That's
yeah.
when it's the problem. Like,
That's what I'm having
yeah,
right now.
yeah, because everyone uses something to cope with shit. Like,
Yeah.
I, do whatever I do. I mean, I used to drink a lot, which I, don't now, but that's why I was drinking so much, is because I was just coping with the fact that I felt like I was going nowhere. Like,
Yeah.
I felt like I was running in place, like, and then once things started kind of working out, like, I was like, yeah, I don't really need to do any of this shit. Like, I actually feel pretty good just on my own without drinking and shit. So,
That's awesome. So are you like sober now?
yeah. Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
completely.
How long?
Yeah, I've been for, like, maybe, like, 4, 5 years. 4 or
Wow,
5,
that's
yeah.
very impressive. That's awesome, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it was actually easier than you think to quit something that you don't have to do at all, you know? Like,
Yeah.
weed is actually it's easy to quit because you can just not have any of it. It's
Yeah.
like other addictions that are hard, like food. Food is an addiction that is difficult because, like, you have to eat, you have to have a little bit of it. Like, I don't have to have a little bit of alcohol, and you don't have to have, like, a little bit of weed. Like, you can have 0, and
Yeah.
yeah, which
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do now. Like, so, I, of course, Thanksgiving week, I like smoked like the whole time. I was like faded. And then I told
yeah.
myself I had some like joints left. So I was in Oklahoma City. So I left
Mhm.
them there. I have family there. So I just left them
Yeah.
there. And I was like, okay, this week I'm gonna like, I have Friday because I'm going back Friday. So I'm like, okay, I have Friday to look forward to all the sweet that I have. So let's see if I do how I do this week. But what's
Yeah.
keeping me going is knowing that I'm gonna get my fix at the end of the week. And I know if I have a big money day, I will be like, ah, fuck it, I'm gonna go get a joint. I'm gonna celebrate. So
I know. It's hard not like, I'm not judging you. Fuck it. You know. It's one of those things, but yeah, it's just tough. Like, so is that how you relax? Do you think too? Like, even not even if you just have like stress in general, but like, is it just a part of your day to where, like, oh, if I don't have anything going on, this is like part of my routine?
I think it's the last thing I'm holding on to being a kid and being young. I think this is what it is. It's me
Ah,
like not wanting to grow up. Like I mean I'm fucking old and I have to, and I think just like smoking is just like, oh yeah, I'm cool, and but
yeah,
at least I'm aware of my problem. So I just think
yeah,
if I stop smoking, that's the last thing I have to my past, and then I'm gonna be like this old responsible person, and I've always hated old responsible people.
well,
Like,
to be fair, you are doing porn, which
but it's actually that's what I thought, that it would be easy. It's
Mhm.
actually very hard because I wake up, I have all this stuff because I'm running my own site, so I have to like
Yeah,
make my queue the night before. I have to make sure that the content I'm shooting I post
mhm,
before, you know, when like, so it's actually so much work. Like I have a copybook that
yeah,
I keep in like all my stuff, like how to do things, and I cross them out. So it's so hard. It's
jeez,
not. It's
yeah,
not. I thought in the beginning when I first joined that it would be like, but then to actually like, and I have to promote for myself, and then
yeah,
I found out like, okay, so how do I increase traffic to my sites,
mhm,
and how do I do that? And in the beginning, I was very shy to post my movies, so I would like make a content, but I wouldn't post it on Twitter or anything. I'd be like, or PH, I'll be like, oh no. But now that I've been in a year and I'm like, okay, I
mhm,
don't hang out with my clam out all the time. I don't care. So now I'm like, okay, I have to like, I'm like, I look at my movies and I'm like, okay, I need to have them come out on this page, and then I
mhm,
have to make sure my paperwork is good. I have like a Google Drive where everything is organized with like, and like I have encryption for like people's like important
yeah,
paperwork, 'cause that's
right,
sensitive information. So it's actually no, I feel like to make it, you can't think of it like, you have to, yeah, it's porn and I fuck and everything,
mhm,
but I have to like be on my P's and Q's. So right now it's like time, or like my time organization is a big thing. And oh, and I track and I do my bookkeeping and I track my expenses, and that's and I have like a spreadsheet, like even all my scenes and my content, there's a
Mhm.
spreadsheet for all the companies I shot for, how much I made, who I shot for, did
Yeah.
I like them or not. So like if I, forget.
Yeah.
So I have all this stuff. It's like a whole, like it's like a business.
No, it's a bit like
It is.
you made like yourself a business. Like you're a one person
Yeah, I have an S
industry.
corp, so
What's that?
it's like it's an LLC.
Oh, gotcha, gotcha. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah. So,
exactly. So, yeah,
and
I don't
yeah,
think most people know that there's that much involved.
no,
I think
because
most people think you just get in front of a camera and fuck someone, which
that's
is
what I thought too.
sort of what it I mean, that's part of it for sure,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't think most people realize like the amount of work that goes into just the whole, behind the scenes part of it, which
Yeah, and I have to, like, also reach out if I want to book for with companies. Like I have
mhm,
agents that do that for me, but
yeah,
they have so many girls, so I have to like advocate for myself and put
mhm,
myself out there. So it's yeah, it's and I go to the gym all the time because it is like a meat market. So I have to like, I have to like look a certain way. So
yeah,
yeah, it's hard.
yeah, for
But I
sure,
like it, but I love it, and that's why it's fun. I feel like
yeah,
it's like I don't feel like it's working because I enjoy it and I like editing my things, and I
mhm,
also translate all my interviews. So I have a YouTube channel now too.
hell yeah,
So
yeah,
and so I translate like all my if I have interviews with other stars, like I'll translate them, and that is not easy.
no,
And if I like, and I also have been vlogging my trips.
mhm,
So yeah, I'm like most of my time I'm either like editing, and also like I go live a lot now on
mhm,
like camming websites because that's how that's how people know you. So
yeah,
yeah, but I love it. So
yeah, well, that's all that matters. I mean, as long as you are like, thoroughly enjoying what you're doing, then yeah, it definitely never feels too much like work. Because like,
yeah.
this is, I mean, I think people would be surprised to find out that this is actually work and that takes some work to do, but it is, like, because I get offered, like, a lot from people to, like who wanna, like, work for me, like, editing and posting all the shit, and I don't trust anyone at all to do it.
Yeah.
Like, I know how I want it to be. I'll just do it myself, even though I spend at least, like, 60 to 80 hours a week doing this shit.
Yeah.
Like, I would much rather do that than put it in the hands of someone that I don't know if they're gonna do it the way I want it done. Like,
Nobody's gonna care about your stuff other than you too. So very
exactly, and when
smart too.
exactly, and when you make yourself, like, the business, like, you have to kind of put it first. So it's made me put myself first a lot more than I normally would have. Because normally I'm a very much like, or used to be much more of a people pleaser. Like, yeah, I had a real problem with that. And now I kind of don't give a fuck about pleasing. I care about pleasing people that I care about, and I want
Yeah,
to, and I still want to be nice to people.
but
Like,
you're not a pushover.
no, 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 which I definitely think I used to be. Like, I
Same.
don't think I realized it until like, started doing this, like, full time and started being able to say no to people.
Yeah,
I just always felt like I couldn't say no to anything. Like, if somebody wanted me to do something to help them or whatever, "Oh, yeah, 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 I'll do it," and now I'm just like, "Nah, man, fuck off." Like, I'm not doing any of that.
that's
Yeah.
funny. I took porn and a few bad experiences for and another girl to actually tell, she was like, "Wake up, you're a pushover." And I was like, it just hit me, and I was like, yes.
Yeah. Once you realize it and then stop doing it, it's such a great feeling.
Yeah,
It feels so good to tell people no.
yeah, I feel liberated.
Yes, yes. I'm like, God, this is how people of all like just always feel. Like, this is such a great feeling. Like I love one of my favorite things is to be asked, like, if I want to go somewhere and then to just say no. And because I mean it. Like, normally I'd be like, oh fuck. yeah,
Just
yeah,
leave
I'll
it
be
there.
there. And now I'm just nope, and just lay back and yeah, yeah, it's
So,
yeah. Like I'm just not meant to work for someone else. Like to have a real job, you know?
I mean, I people say I like say that a lot. Real job. It's all real jobs.
Well, yeah, well, I mean a real job in the sense of like working for a company,
Oh
having a
yeah.
manager, having a boss, have to clock in at this time, leave at this time, ask if you can leave because you're sick. Like, I'm just not meant for that life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I understand that. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
bipolar too, so I
Yeah.
can't even sometimes like I if I get in a really heavy, and I don't anymore because now I feel
Mhm.
like I have a purpose, but before when I was just patching up my life and everything, and I was just like very curious, very worried about my parents finding out, and that was just all like my life was revolving around. I'd
Mhm.
have long phases where I'd be so depressed I can't even get out of bed. I would sleep like 18-hour days. It
Yeah.
was hard. So how can I keep a job if I'm like sleeping half my life?
Yes. I've gone through that so much where it just like I just want to be in my room, no lights on, just complete dark, laying in bed for just days, for weeks. Like if I could, like I would never get out of that bed if I didn't have to. Like, and so yeah, and it's you know, it's not really gonna. It's not very motivating if like the reason you have to get out of bed is to go work at a fucking CVS. like,
I
like
know.
yeah, but if it's to get out of bed to do this kind of stuff, which I enjoy, I fucking love doing, then yeah, I'll get out of bed for that. I'll get out of bed
Yeah,
to, to talk to you or to make my little fucking videos. Like, I'll get out of bed for that. But yeah, I'm not getting out of bed to go work a 9 to 5 job as a, whatever I was doing before this, like telemarketing and shit. Like,
yeah. People hang
yeah.
up on you when you do those.
Yeah. No, yeah. It's, I just, I don't know. I just don't really like, yeah, I'm not meant for that life. And it's kind of nice that this whole thing is like an option.
Exists. Yeah.
Yeah. And like for you to be able to transition from stripping to porn and like and then doing like all the camming, like being able to kind of create your own world centered
It's
around you. It's a
yeah.
great thing to be able to have. Like,
Yeah, it's a blessing. Like I even though like if I have bad days, I still like look at the bright side. I'm like, you know what? At least I can and but the downside is if you don't put in the work, you're not gonna get paid.
yeah.
It's not
yeah.
it's
Do
not like
you,
a job.
yeah.
You're like, oh fuck, I'll just do
Yeah.
something.
Do you ever get worried that like work is gonna kind of dry up? Like, or that you're gonna kind of fall behind? Because I worry about that a lot. That I'm just gonna like,
In what way?
well, that people are just gonna stop wanting you.
Um,
I'm just saying because I think about that. I'm maybe am projecting my own
nah, it's
insecurities on
okay.
you. Yeah.
I've honestly never thought about it because
Oh,
like men always like I don't know, they don't have high standards in general. I don't know. I've never actually now you added something to my head.
no,
Now I'll
well,
be
don't.
thinking. No, no, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I just maybe because I'm in the very beginning. So I'm
Mhm.
like I do worry though that like I'm not posting my things on time. Like
Yeah.
but no, maybe I'm a little conceited. No, they're always gonna like me.
There's
No,
nothing wrong with being conceited to a certain extent.
I just also feel like I'm playing with the net down because I'm very rare, like in the industry. Like I'm the
Yeah.
only like I'm one of very I think I'm one of like two people that are creating Arabic content. So
Yeah.
or maybe like there's four there. However
There's
it
not a
is
lot
for like however the population there is what like 500 million or more
of what?
of like Arabs
Of
that
Arabs?
yeah, like
Jesus,
if
that's a
you
lot.
count all the countries and there's like two or three or even even if there's like 30 girls, it's still
Yeah.
like you know, you'll like keep like the
Yeah.
my issue now is I just can't keep up. Like I feel
Yeah.
like there's more demand. So
That's a good
yeah,
feeling to have, though.
it is it does
Yeah.
feel like it's not a fair advantage because I feel like I'm playing with the net down because you know, I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, but I like him. Like, I feel like there's gonna be more. Like, I feel like this
Mhm.
is gonna usher like more girls, and it's gonna be cool. At least maybe we can have like more actors. Like, I'm dying to find a guy that speaks fluent Arabic to shoot with. Like, especially if I
Oh,
find an
yeah.
Egyptian guy, but I don't know. Like, I'm still on the hunt. Like, of course, people on the internet, they all tell me, but are you gonna last more than 2 seconds? Like, for the
Yeah.
first time, especially if you're like really liking me, like,
Yeah.
am I gonna be able to shoot a movie with you? So I'm still like trying to figure that
Yeah.
part out. Like,
Yeah, I think that's an interesting thing too, is that so many guys, like, think that they could do porn. Like, they're just like, "Oh, I could definitely could do that." Like, I I bet it's so fucking difficult for dudes. I mean, it's
it is.
difficult for everybody, but I bet it's like that's gotta be a hard fucking job, pun
I
intended,
feel
but
even for me, because all like I'm used to is shooting when I show up on set. Like, the most I've seen on set is like 3 people, like 3, 4 maybe. But
yeah.
then when I started going to LA, and I went as an extra for like a few big companies,
Mhm.
and like big product, and I showed up there, and it was like Hollywood. Like, I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
okay, that's Hollywood. The cameras that roll on the floor, they had like maybe 15
Mhm.
people on set. They had a key grip. It was intense. It was very
Jesus.
I was like nervous. I was like, oh, and I was just an actor. I was like, oh, if I'm an actual like actor, I will have to fuck in front of all the like at the. I was just like, and then there's lines. There's like huge
Yeah.
scripts, and I was like, well, so I'm not ready for that yet, because I feel like that's just too hard for me right now. Like,
Yeah.
I like right now when I look at my movies that I shot, I pay attention. So I started doing like anal. So,
Hell yeah.
but the looks I make are not what I want to like. They're
What do you
not
mean?
good. They just look like, you can tell like there's shock, there's like a little bit of pain. You can just see it. Like,
That's a good look.
yeah, but I don't know. Like, I see like the other girls that I want to emulate, and I look at how they look like, like they look like sluts on there, and I want to be like that, but I'm not. So in my head, I'm like, I
Yeah.
can't show up on these big sets, and like, you know, I just feel like I'm not there yet. Like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
get myself there. So I'm kind of happy that I'm not like there. So it's
Mhm.
really nice to feel like, okay, this will be like the next level that I'll work
Yeah.
for.
Yeah.
So,
That's 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 understandable. Yeah. I see, I think, a good, like, realistic, like, pain shock look, it's pretty fucking attractive.
I'm happy you like it, but for me, I'm like, oh my gosh, I look like an amateur, amateur, I tell you.
Well, yeah. That is a good point. I mean, yeah, whenever you're watching, like, big name people who've been around for a while, like, when you're watching, like, their anal scenes, they are not making that face at all.
No,
It
they're
is
like,
yeah, they are. They seemingly love it.
yeah.
So, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, hmm, I know, that's interesting. So how many scenes, like, have you filmed? Do you keep count?
Oh yeah, I keep count. For
Yeah.
mainstream, I
Yeah.
think I mean, I can pull up my spreadsheet and tell you exact number, but for
Oh, yeah,
now,
yeah.
I think it's like over 60, but I haven't reached 70 yet. And then for my
Mhm.
like collabs, I think I'm at like 30, 33, something like that. So
Yeah.
like, but once I discovered content world, I love it so much, because on mainstream sets, I can't drink, I can't smoke, I have to show up like sober. But when I'm
Yeah.
doing my own thing, I can drink, I can smoke, I can just
Yeah.
have all the stuff, and there's no cut, there's no
Yeah.
be in this position, say certain words. It's way, I
Right.
mean, I like that too, because it feels like just like professional work, and it's fun. But
Yeah.
I also like the fact that I can just have a little shot, or like stop and like smoke a little and be like,
Mhm.
okay, well, we don't have to do it like that. We can. So I'm kind of like enjoying my content now, because it's literally, I started taking it serious in March. So
Mhm.
I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, just so that's like all my attention right now, because I feel like I
Yeah.
shot so many mainstream scenes, but
Mhm.
considering like I don't even live there, I go there like part time.
Yeah.
So,
That's a lot. I mean, you're close to 100 total,
yeah.
like professional and yeah, that's Jesus. That's quite a bit. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so whenever you go, like, are you doing multiple a day? Or is it still
Uh,
just like one at least only one at the most in a day?
no, it's just one a day.
Okay. Yeah.
Just
See,
by the time I'm done with makeup and everything, it's already like half the day. And by the time we're done, it's just like sometimes if I want to, I'll do like a collab after. Like I'll work with the talent. I'll be like, hey, you want to
mhm.
just like go eat and shoot some more? So that's like, but I've never, well, when I first started, I did get booked 2 days in a row where I had like two scenes, but
Yeah.
it was just too much. I had to come back, shower real quick. It was just like Mission Impossible.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I've talked to some people and they're like, "Yeah, I'll go and then shoot like 5 a day." Like, how the fuck are you doing that? Like,
I think
that's
that
wild.
can happen. Like I shot something like that, but it was like for the same company, and they wanted
Mhm,
like I started out with like a JOI, and then I did a solo, and then I
mhm.
did a boy girl, and
Yeah,
then like I did something else. That's like sometimes, but it's usually like a
yeah.
5 minute, 10 minute, 20 minute. So
Oh,
yeah, maybe
okay.
I can see if that's
That
like
makes sense then.
yeah,
Yeah. Wait, what's a JOI?
like a jerk off instruction.
Jerk off
Like,
instruction?
yeah,
Like
when you just tell
teaching
a
someone how
guy.
to jerk off?
Yeah, you just tell them, "Okay, I want you to, like, listen to my voice. I want you to unzip your pants and get your thing out and just, okay, like, oh, yeah, is that yeah, and, like, look at my tits. Like, is that working for you? I wish I was there with you. Oh, you're doing so good. Okay, I'm gonna give you a countdown now." And then you just do a countdown, they busted the end, supposedly.
See, I suppose. Yeah. Well, they probably already have. If yeah, yeah, they're probably like, Jesus, I was done at the unzip part. Yeah, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, teach their own, everybody's into their own thing. I don't know if that would do it for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I get people that request them, and, like, so I'm like, "Okay, cool."
Yeah. That's just yeah. I don't know. So like you're not doing anything. I mean, not like you're not doing anything, but like you're just talking them through it, like
Yeah.
encouraging.
Yeah, yeah, you just, like, have, like, a dildo with you, and, like, I shot one, you can even find that online with Corey
Mhm.
Chase,
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah.
and it was like that, but at the time, I was, like, a newbie, so I didn't know anything of it, so she was taking the lead. I was like, "Oh, yeah," like, just copying what she said. So, yeah,
God, that's an God, what an amazing life. Like you
it's
are you are living the dream, really. I mean,
it
that's
was
a
so cool when I started working with all these stars that I really, like, liked, and I was like, "Ah, I
yeah.
know you. I've seen you."
It,
I knew most of them
yeah.
though from Instagram. And I'm like,
Oh, okay.
"Oh, that's what they did."
Got, gotcha. Yeah, yeah. Is there anyone you haven't worked with that you really do want that like
Johnny Sins. Johnny
of
Sins. I
course.
want him.
Yeah.
He's very popular in the Middle East. That's why I
Really?
want to shoot with him. Yeah, like everybody and
Huh.
their mom there knows him. So if I shoot with him,
Really?
yeah, he's
Yeah.
super, super popular, and like everybody in the Middle East knows him. So I figured
Yeah.
like if I have a scene with him, it'll blow up because they'll be like, "Oh, this girl, she's speaking Arabic and she's with him."
That
But
is yeah. That's the gold standard.
yeah,
Yeah.
I've been saying his name since the first day I started. Like I want to find him,
Yeah, just
but
like
he
yeah.
finally follows me on Twitter. So
Uh-oh. Look at you.
finally.
You got yeah, see, look at you. You got a foot in the door. Yeah.
I'm gonna go find well, AVNs and XViz are coming up, so I'm gonna go
Mm-hmm.
snoop around, try to find him.
I'm sure you'll be able to. I think
Like, yeah,
if
he looks
anyone
very
can.
nice. He looks very
Yeah.
nice. He shoots with a lot of he shoots with a bunch of new girls too, so
Mhm.
it's not like he'll like, have a thing, but it's just
Yeah.
getting to
Yeah.
talk to him.
The it's so funny to me. There's like a trend, or there was. I think they kind of stopped it now, but like, because obviously he's done like so many scenes where he's like dressed up as like in a character, like a doctor, a
Doctor.
soldier, or whatever. So there's like things at like NFL games where they'll do like a salute the troops thing, where you can like send in a picture of your loved one who's like a soldier in like Iraq or whatever, and they'll put their name and like picture on the big jumbotron. And there's like been a big thing of people sending the picture of him dressed up. Saying like a shout out to my cousin who's overseas, and it's like yeah,
That's
Johnny
Johnny
Sin.
Sins.
This is like the fucking greatest thing. Yeah,
I also want to work with Kendra Lust, because when I first started
yeah.
shooting, I looked up. I was like, "Am I too old to start this thing?" And then I Googled, and she was like one of. Also, I knew her from Instagram, so I
Mhm.
Googled how old she was when she started, and it said 35. I was like, "Bingo! Okay, I'm good." So
No, you're never. I mean, I like that is kind of like one of
I,
the great things about porn is that like it's for anyone to do. Like
yeah,
there's an audience for anyone. You could be any age. I mean, obviously you have to be over 18, but like over that, there's I feel like you could be anybody and do it as long as you have the passion and the determination, I guess. But
consistency. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, like there's not. I mean, there's obviously like the stereotypical like porn star look, but you don't have to have that. Like
yeah.
you can look however and still
I
do it.
actually, when I started, I thought that's, like they love the bimbo look, but no, now
Yeah.
everybody's like, oh, you just need natural girl next door look. And I'm like, damn it. I was thinking, 2000s era
Yeah,
porn.
well, right, right. Yeah, that whole kind of look is not, I don't think like I mean, that'll always be still pretty fucking popular, but yeah, I think that's not really the most popular look
I'm still
nowadays.
gonna get bigger boobs though.
Yeah,
I don't
why
care.
not?
I'm still gonna do it.
Yeah, but you like still look unique enough to where like, you could do stuff like that and you would still be very different from everybody else.
Yeah,
So, like, you don't have to. I don't think you have to worry about any of that kind of bullshit. Like, you'll be just fine.
thank you.
Yeah, yeah, no worries. Yeah. So, besides smoking weed, do you have certain things that you like to do to relax? Like, if you just need to like decompress from work, like you come home from LA, you've been shooting, or whatever, like come home, been shooting all this time, you just want to fucking chill. Do you have like other things that you like to do?
Yeah, honestly, spending time with my kids and going to the
Yeah.
park. I like nature. I like just going outside, just having little adventures with them.
Yeah.
They're usually like I would say also like going to the gym and doing yoga, but really it's not like, just making sure like just seeing them and just hanging out like with them.
Yeah.
That's like that's where I like decompress, yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah. Yeah, I've been there's like a bunch of squirrels. I mean, I'm just gonna go off on a little tangent here. There's a couple of
Yeah.
squirrels in my front yard, and I've been like feeding them every
Oh,
day, and it has been very relaxing and so much just watching these little fuckers run around. And I'm really just kind of waiting for one because I'm getting pretty close to them. I've been like
mhm.
working on a strategy of like I go out there with like these little seeds and I've just slowly started inching my way closer to them. Let them figure out, hey, I ain't a bad guy, all that kind of stuff. And I'm
Mhm.
waiting for the day where they'll let me fucking pet them.
Oh,
But I'm also pretty sure that one of them's gonna bite me and give me rabies, and it'll be that'll be the end of me.
that
So,
that's
y
cute. I have bunnies in my backyard that I feed too, but
oh,
I give
that's
them
the
like
best.
strawberries and stuff. They're so cute, and they're cottontail, like
Yeah,
it's
we have yeah,
adorable.
I got one too. I got a little one that I feed it as well, little bird seeds and apples and shit. And yeah, that one's way more scared of me than he should be. Because
Yeah,
I
they're
mean,
so
he's
skittish.
well, he obviously could outrun me. And
Oh.
there's no chance. Like, how is he looking at me and being like, "Holy fuck, I better get away"? Like, yeah, I mean, the squirrels are different because those little fuckers could easily, you know.
They're like nature's rats, aren't they? Kind of.
Well, I think rats are nature's rats,
Okay.
since they're in nature. But I understand what you mean. Yeah, they're like, I do kind of wonder because it seems like there's more of them. coming around. So either they've been telling people or like telling each other that I'm, just handing out food. And at some point I'm wondering like are they going to like wise up to the fact that if there's enough of them they could take me out. Like that's what I've been worried about. Like
That's so
so I'm
funny.
kind of starting to look at them all like a little sideways like which one of you fuckers is going to be the one to make the move, you know? Like honest, we'll be serious for a second. How many squirrels do you think it would take to kill you?
I don't
Like
know.
100?
Yeah, a lot. Like that would be scary.
100 squirrels. Because how much does a squirrel weigh? Well, like half a
I
pound?
think
That's
I
like
think yeah, I think
that's
even less than that. Just I feel like if I see a group of because I only see them one at a time. If I see a group of 10, that will scare me. Like I've not, how many have you seen?
there's about 6 out here.
Ooh,
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
okay. I can see where you're worried.
Well, it started with 2. So see, they're already tripling their numbers. Like, and this is, at this rate, there will be 100 out there by probably like April. And I'm worried that once it gets to that number, I am fucked. Yeah. Because I feel like 100 squirrels could kill you.
Yeah,
Like if you think about like each one of them probably weighs, I don't know, about half a pound. That's 50 pounds worth of squirrels. And now just imagine a like 150-pound squirrel. That fucker would be
yeah,
unstoppable. Yeah.
yeah.
So
I don't think they're mean natured though. I don't think so.
yeah. Well, that could be true. But I feel like if enough of them got together,
Yeah.
I feel like they're only 9, they're not mean nature because there's just like 1 or 2 of them. So they got to really be, they got to
Uh-huh.
be friendly so they don't get fucked off. But I feel like if you get enough of them around, they're like, oh shit,
Oh
we
yeah.
could really do damage to this big bastard. Me being the bastard. But yeah. So if you don't hear from me
I'll watch out. Yeah.
randomly, yeah, just know that or if you see a video on the news of a couple of squirrels wearing this bandana, you'll know that that things went sideways for old Cody Tucker. Yeah.
I keep thinking of Hammy from Over the Hedge.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of them.
Yes. Yeah. God. Yeah, that's just yeah.
Maybe you should
I don't
stop feeding them.
well, I feel like it's too late for that. I think
Oh,
it's like
they
yeah.
like you now.
Well, yeah, well they know that I'm a source of food. I don't know if they really like me. They don't
Mm,
show that they like me. They just show that they will come up to me to get food, which, like I'll go to McDonald's and get food. I don't like any of those people. Like
yeah.
I know that they give me food. So in a way, I'm kind of a squirrel, like a fast food squirrel, which is, yeah. Yeah. Is there like a fetish or a kink that you haven't filmed but would like to?
Oh yeah, old man.
Really?
Like old man, like gray hair, like eight. I mean, I don't know if 80 years old, but like
No,
yeah,
80.
big.
80, it might turn into necrophilia real quick. So you might not, you might want to go a little lower than
Like
80, but
those the blue pill men.
the
It's like a
what?
website. It's called Blue Pill Men. It's like a website.
I don't know what
Uh,
I mean, I know like Viagra is like the blue
well,
pill, but
it's a porno website. Basically, they'll team up like really old men, like in their 70s. Like the men look really, really old. Like they
yeah,
look like
yeah,
80s, and then they'll team them up with like some 18-year-old. And that's I love these movies. I like come
really,
so hard to these movies. So that is something I definitely wanna film. And then gangbangs. It's just because
yeah,
I've seen one back in the day where this girl was just like with 15 guys, and then like it looked like I would not know how to walk. And then after she was done, she got up and walked, and it was fine. I was like, that's very empowering to me. I want to survive that many dicks and live to tell the story.
yeah.
So
Well, I feel like once you hit a certain number, it just doesn't even matter anymore. It's like I think once there's like 5 guys in a room, like you might as well make it 15.
that's very intimidating. So
Is there a number that's too many?
did they have you seen those ones where like they will have like girls trying to break a record?
I
and
have
then
not, but I will be doing that here in about an hour.
so
But
they'll
yeah,
have they'll have these guys, and they'll have numbers, and then it's like a Guinness World
yeah,
Record, and she's like, I think right now the record is, I think, in the 500s. So I think like,
Jesus,
yeah, so these girls like would like, would do that, like get all these guys contestants or whatever. I've seen them before, and
yeah,
then like, yeah, like something very funny happened when I was in LA last time. There was a
mhm,
girl that I was shooting with, and she had just done like a five guy blow bang or something like that.
uh-huh,
And then she was telling me, dude, I just, she wanted me to feel for her. She was like, I just did a five blow bang, and like, unlucky for her, I had heard, I was on set with this porn star guy, and he told me that his girlfriend is in Europe right now, so filming a 70 guy blow bang. So when she told me five, I was like, dude, I know somebody that's doing 70 right now. Ain't got shit on her. I was
Jesus,
like, you're a baby right now.
that is wild.
I
That's
don't
like
even know how they do it.
it's like one and a half NFL teams.
I think I would throw up after that many cum swallowing. I cannot.
Yeah, it's like the Rod Stewart story. Have you ever heard that? You know who Rod Stewart is?
No.
Oh, wow. Rod Stewart was a very famous like
Oh,
rock,
the music
the
thing.
singer.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, Maggie May. Yeah. So there was a very long running rumor that back in the 70s he lost a bet, and the bet was that he had to blow all of his like crew members and bandmates and all this shit, and that he had to be rushed to the hospital to have his stomach pumped because he had too much cum in his stomach.
I can
Um,
totally see that.
yeah.
Like I
Well,
see.
yeah, I don't think Rod Stewart actually did it,
uh,
but you know,
If he didn't, yeah, because
yeah.
I've seen sometimes like this like on my Twitter feed, like
Uh,
I've seen this thing where this girl was like swallowing, I think like it was like 10, and just me watching her, my stomach was turning for her. I was like, oh, I
yeah.
cannot.
You see, there it's a weird thing how like whenever you know the ones where they like have all the dudes like jizz in a bowl and they drink it, that makes me feel so fucking sick in my stomach watching that.
Yeah,
But if it's just a bunch of dudes, like if it's not going into a bowl first, then I'm down.
I'd drink piss all day long, but I would not do a cup full of cum. That would be too
Really?
insane. No. That
Jesus.
would really make me throw up, but he'll be like,
Yeah.
okay, that's fine.
Huh. That's interesting. I mean, that kind of makes sense in a way. I mean, piss is basically just water with a little extra to it, you know?
Yeah. Also,
Jizz,
if
not
you
so
work
much.
with like I've done it professionally, and it really just tasted like water because the talent was like experienced, and he was very professional.
Yeah.
So it was like a really, didn't even have a smell. Like, it was perfect.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I was like, please give me more.
Yeah. See, I feel like that's how like how my piss always is because I drink.
So much
It's like
water.
it's yeah, it's like a almost like a nervous tick where I just always drink water constantly. So I probably drink like a gallon and a half, maybe even two. Amen. Like maybe even like 2 gallons of water a day.
That's
Uh,
awesome.
yeah, and mine is always crystal clear. And if there's even like a tinge of yellow in it, I'm like, oh
Well,
my
if
god,
you
I'm fucking dehydrated. Yeah.
decide to shoot, let me know.
All right. I mean, look, I have never pissed in someone's mouth, but I am a massive R. Kelly fan. So
Aw.
if you know, if I'm going to live up to the, you know, to my hero. Anyways, got a few random questions for you if you have time. Not
Yes.
that this hasn't all been very random, but what is something that you think is an immediate red flag in someone?
Ooh.
Like, it doesn't have to be like a sexual thing, non-sexual, doesn't matter. Just something that if they do, you see them do or they do, you're just like, this ain't
If
happening.
they're stingy, if they're
S-
stingy, not just
Stingy
in
and
money, yeah,
yeah,
like I like generous people, like, like, oh yeah, even if you don't like, I don't know, like, if I find somebody like being stingy,
yeah.
like that means that they withhold their love too. I like people
Good.
that, yeah, not, if you're not a giver, yeah, or if you just don't, you know, yeah, I would say for sure, like, just being stingy.
That's a really good one, actually. Yeah, that's a really fucking good one. Because yeah, huh. I've never gotten that answer before, but that is a fucking great one. That might be the best answer.
Maybe because it's a stripper mentality thing. I'm used to
Well,
it. You're not spending money. I'm not talking to you. No, it's just like,
No,
especially, yeah, and it's not.
yeah,
I don't know. It's a vibe. It's not really about spending money. It's just like their energy. Like if you
right.
find somebody that's like they're withholding, like yeah,
Yes.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I do not like the feeling of I don't like the feeling of repressing anything. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like I don't like burying something down. Like I like saying whatever the fuck is on my mind, but I also like, you know, just giving shit. Like I yeah, I've never been one to like hold things back or like
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Like
I like giving.
I'm
Giving's a great feeling. Like it's
me
maybe a little
too.
selfish, but I like the feeling of giving shit to people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Huh.
true.
What's a non-sexual turn on for you? Like your biggest non-sexual turn on?
My biggest non-sexual turn on. There's a lot. Good hygiene, uh, good driving. I do not like people that get angry behind the wheels. If I get it with
That's
you and
rough.
you start cussing people in the road, oh, I get so mad. Like I
Yeah.
don't like bad driving or when people get angry, so they start driving reckless. I don't like that is a turn off. Like if I get in a car with a talent and he acts like that, I'm like, okay, I'm not shooting with you.
That's a great one too. Yeah, I have a big thing because I don't I mean I kind of have like a some that's like where most of my anxiety comes from is like traveling, like driving. So I'm very like I try to be as calm as possible, like almost overcompensate because like I'm kind of fucking
Yeah,
scared. But yeah, so whenever someone is in the car and they're like acting crazy, oh
yeah.
my, it
Or like
drives.
if somebody cuts you off just to exit, and I'm like, you could have just waited, dude. Like, why? Because like there's
Yes,
people on the roads that are old, there's people that are handicapped, there's like people that are
yeah.
high, people that are drunk. So you gotta like
There's
not
some that are all four.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know my grandma still drives every day, so and she knocks out all four of those. So yeah, that's yeah. One that bothers me that I will never fucking understand is people who see someone in front of them stopping on their brakes, brake lights are on, and they are not stopping. Like people who
Yeah.
just keep driving at full speed and then slam on the brakes.
I'm
Like,
like
yeah, I look at them like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, that's huh. Who was your childhood celebrity crush?
Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Oh, this would be an interesting one for you. What do you think is the most attractive accent?
Ooh, I love all accents.
Same. I'm an
Um,
accent guy. Yeah.
yeah, I really can't because I even like Midwestern, like Southern accents. I
Okay.
don't know. I get very high on like Americans. Like I'm just yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a
Yeah.
good yeah. I think most probably like Australian that like Australian accent I think is real fucking attractive.
I just shot
Yeah.
with my first British guy.
Uh-huh.
Uh, his name is Clark Kent. Is it like the Superman? Is it
Yeah,
Clark Kent?
Superman's
Clark Kent, yeah.
alter ego, yeah.
Yeah, he had like this British accent and it was so hot. It was like, oh my gosh, yes. And it was so funny. The scene was
Yeah.
we were studying together for our American naturalization test. So, and we're talking about how
Jesus.
we're not, yeah, so that was really hot. So
That's a good yeah, that's a great one. Yeah. Yeah,
mhm.
British accent's always a fucking good one.
Even if they're not saying anything important, it just sounds important.
Yes, it sounds sophisticated too. Like it sounds like a lecture.
Yeah.
Like I need to be listening to what you're saying.
It's
Yeah.
like I trust you.
Isn't it weird that in like cartoons all villains have British accents and all the heroes have American accents?
I don't know what movies you're watching, but I
Every Disney movie ever made.
I
Think
only
about Lion King, British actors Scar, American actors Simba.
was that a
Uh
British accent?
Yeah,
Oh my
well,
gosh.
Scar is Jeremy Irons, who's British, and then Simba is Matthew Broderick, who's American, Ferris Bueller. Then Aladdin, American accent, the kid from Full House, and then British accent for Jafar. Like
I
they're
thought
all
he was making like an Arabic accent though with his.
no, he's speaking
No.
with a full British accent. Beauty and the
Oh,
Beast, that's set in goddamn France, and the Belle is American, and fucking Gaston, French, is speaking with a British accent. It's
maybe
every one of them.
maybe because the history between England and America and the whole independence thing. Maybe that's like how they subliminal messages to keep you on track.
Yeah, well, that could be true, but then at some point they should have switched it to a fucking German accent. Every villain should have a German accent. I mean, all we got is goddamn Die Hard. But yeah, yeah, that's Jesus. What was your first concert?
It was May in 2010, and it was ZZ Top, and it was the like not the full band of Leonard Skinner. Yeah, that was
Wait, 2010.
yeah. I was
I
I was in the US for a year. I haven't back in the Middle East.
uh-huh.
Concerts is mainly, well, now they're more like since I've left, things exploded, and like this is how far they progressed, I will tell you. Like, and I lived in
Mhm.
Saudi Arabia, women could not drive.
Yeah,
Okay, and in 2018 women started driving and they opened it up. So I left the Middle East 2009, and I had never like been to a concert because the concert was like if you're a girl, you might get groped, you might get like sexually harassed. So it was not like my
yeah,
parents would never send me to a concert. So I've never been to any abroad, like till I
yeah,
came to the US, and it was
yeah.
ZZ Top. I kind of, when I came first to the US, well, my husband right now, like we've been
Mhm.
together, like after like my ex-husband, like I came to the US February 2009.
Uh-huh.
By December 2009 we were done. And then
Jesus.
I met my current husband. We were just friends, and he would talk, and I would not understand anything that he's saying. Like he would talk in like, little things from like South Park or movies, and he's like, "You've never
Oh,
seen Waterboy, you've never seen this, you've never listened to
yeah,
this music." So he kind of indoctrinated me in American pop culture. So I watched
yeah.
every Jay and Silent Bob movie, all these like pot movies. I went to listen to all the 70s music, Rolling Stones, went to all,
That's
took me
great.
to Bonnaroo as my first like
But,
big festival.
yeah.
And then he is the one who took me to my first concert, which was like ZZ Top. I remember I drank whiskey and I got so trashed, and then ended up going to Hooters for the first time
Oh my
after.
God. That's America in one. That's America in a night.
It was
Is
awesome.
whiskey, ZZ Top, and Hooters.
Yes.
Like that's the Holy Trinity. I mean,
It
I
was
don't know what
epic.
the fuck the Catholics are on about. Like that's the Holy Trinity. Fucking yeah, whiskey, ZZ Top, and Hooters.
Hooters, yeah.
Yeah,
This is
sounds like
good
my
stuff.
13th birthday, to be honest. Actually,
Ah.
maybe my 31st, depending depending on how the next couple days go. Um, yeah, that's a fucking interesting one. Jesus. Okay, so you get indoctrinated into all the like American pop culture and all that. Was there any movie that you saw that you just fucking hated, even though it is like a very popular movie? Or
Hmm.
TV show, could be movie, TV show, band. Like, is there anything that like you heard and you were just like, I don't get why y'all like this so much?
Maybe Rick and Morty.
Oh my god.
I know that's a
Yes.
really bad. Yeah,
That
people will get mad.
show that show fucking sucks.
Oh.
I will never understand why people like that show so
I
much.
never got into it. Like I even
Yeah.
watched Robot Chicken, and I thought that was like, but I still
Robot
like.
Chicken's not too bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Seth Green is awesome.
Yes, I no, yeah. Robot Chicken's a good one. I'll definitely watch that, especially whenever I used to get high. I watched a lot of Robot Chicken.
Yeah,
But yeah, Rick and Morty. I was like, this show fucking sucks. South Park is
yes.
my go-to. I
Oh
fucking love
yeah,
South
I
Park.
watched
Jesus.
all the seasons, and also South Park is banned over in the Middle East. Like with Get Family, you used to get
Oh, I
Family
would
Guy and The
think.
Simpsons, but South Park there isn't, and there's like a big episode there where they supposedly they're gonna show the Prophet Muhammad, and in like Islam you can't do that. So
Yeah.
it was like a very big scene, and I was like waiting for it to see what's gonna happen because they were getting all these death threats and all
Yeah.
that. And then they ended up putting him in a teddy bear. I was like, "Ah, you guys suck."
Well, he ends up being a teddy bear, and then he
Yeah.
takes off the teddy bear thing and he's Santa.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
Well, that's how it
That's
ends up ending here because I think they had to censor it. Now you can't even find that episode. It's like completely pulled from like the library or whatever. But in the episode, I'm pretty sure that he takes it off and he's Santa, which was supposed to be like, oh, okay, we got away with it, except he's still being shown as a human
yeah,
and
so
as a
it's the
man.
same thing.
And then, yeah, that really kind of
Yeah.
got them in some trouble. But yeah, South Park is the fucking greatest.
I still
Yeah,
want to see the Book of Mormon. I haven't seen
I do
that.
too. I hate musicals, fucking hate them, but I do want to see that one like so bad.
They're geniuses.
The
I really
greatest.
think. Yeah.
That's like if I could, they always say like if you have like a dream guest for like a podcast, probably Trey Parker and Matt Stone would be.
Oh yeah.
That's my dream
Have
guest
you
because it's
seen Orgasmo?
yes,
I love that movie.
Orgasmo is so good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've been watching a long time, but yeah, 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 yeah.
When I joined the industry last year, I sat down and I watched uh Orgasmo, The Girl Next Door, Zack and Miri Make a Porno, all those movies.
Yeah. Which was Girl Next Door is my favorite out of the three.
I
Girl
love
Next
when
Door, I
he's
think, is
doing
great.
when he does the ecstasy and he goes up to say the speech. I think this is like so funny. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
all really good. And
Yeah.
then I saw this other one. It's called something Diggler. Was
Oh
it
no, Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights? Yeah, that.
Boogie Nights is one of the greatest movies ever made. It's one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
I
So when I joined the industry, somebody, producer, introduced me to that one, and
Mhm.
Larry Flint versus the People, which I
Oh,
worked
People
for
versus Larry
Hudson.
Flint. Yeah.
Yeah, that was an epic movie. I was so happy that this man existed like that. I like my respect for him was like, okay, I didn't
Oh
even
yeah.
know who I was working for.
Oh yeah. No, Larry Flint. That would have been a person I would have loved to have met and just talked to. Like he
They
is a
got
fast.
shot.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I got shot and paralyzed and yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, like that's a dude who like really put it on the line for like freedom of speech and like freedom of expression. I mean, he's went to the fucking Supreme Court, got shot for it, like, which
yeah,
that movie is amazing. Woody Harrelson, yeah,
yeah.
Courtney
He's
Love.
such a good, yeah,
Yeah,
he's good.
yeah, that's amazing. Well, this has been a fucking blast. I've had such a good time talking with you.
Thank you. Me too. Thank you for interviewing me, making me feel important.
You are important. Of course you are. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
No,
you.
no problem. Well, before we go, where can people find you? All
Uh,
that good stuff. Plug, promote anything you'd like.
well, everywhere, any platform, Reddit, Twitter, OnlyFans, anything, it's Sasha Pearl and number 23, except even my YouTube, except Instagram, it's 24 because the 23 got shut down.
Of course.
I'm waiting
Yeah.
for it to, at once in January, I'm going to try to get the username back. And
Yeah.
would you care if I ever interview you on my channel?
That would be amazing. I would
Okay,
love to.
awesome. Okay.
Anytime.
Okay,
Yes.
for sure. Let's plan it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.